Hey, it's Dr. Jim Otten. It's March 15th, and the reality of a pandemic virus is starting to feel pervasive in our thoughts and actions. You know, there's a lot of opinions and predictions out there, and I think it's important at a time like this to just take a deep breath. Look at where we are, what we know, what we think we know, and how to move forward. You know, first, it's important to remember in some ways we've been here before. We've been here with SARS, we've been here with Ebola, with H2N1, even with the tragedy of September 11th, and we've always come through. And we're going to come through this as well. Personally, I remember the fear and anxiety around HIV/AIDS, especially when it affected a member of my family, my brother, who eventually passed away from the disease. In those moments many years ago, I realized that we had a chance to change the way we took care of each other, and it led to fundamental changes in myself and how I practice dentistry with enhanced infection control, as well as a commitment to practice at an exceptionally high level in his memory. I didn't want him to go unnoticed. So let's focus on what we know now and what we can control. What we can't control is the existence of the virus, but we can control how fast it spreads. And what we know is that this virus spreads very quickly through a respiratory aerosol. We know that because of this rapid spread, that many people, especially in higher risk areas, are likely carrying the virus now and don't even know it. In fact, we also know that the vast majority of people will have mild to manageable symptoms. So what we have to focus on is looking out for those who are the most vulnerable, older people and those who are medically compromised. That's where we need to focus. You know, the key problem is what we face is that because we can't test everyone, we don't know, and we will not know how many people this will ultimately affect, and those percentages that it will affect more in some significant way. One Harvard physician I listened to quoted the Grand Princess cruise ship as an example. Of the thousands of people that were on that ship, only 21 tested positive as far as I know. That should bring some hope to us that we can control the spread if we act decisively. In the coming days, more testing will show that a great number of people have contracted the virus. Knowing this knowledge should bring some comfort to us. But if we're just watching all the worst case scenarios constantly portrayed in the media, we risk letting fear dominate our actions. Fear creates stress among us in addition to other behaviors like hoarding that don't necessarily reflect the greater good in us. The irony is that when we're under stress and we're operating from a position of fear, we make poor decisions, and we also compromise our own immune system. So staying in a stressful place can make you more vulnerable to the very thing you're fearful about. So let's use common sense and have realistic expectations. Likely, hundreds of thousands of people will catch this virus, but we can't let it spike quickly. That's the job we have before us now. So let's take this a day at a time, one step at a time, and act on the best information and science we have at the time. So, like in our dental practice, we've instituted additional precautions from sanitizing everything from pens and clipboards, every surface inside and out touched by a human, to removing communal reading from material from the office. We're taking the temperature of everyone coming into the office, including our staff, and we're encouraging all to let us know what questions they have so everyone feels safe and secure. You know, because we have a personalized care commitment by caring for one person at a time in our practice, it's already our culture to have fewer patients in the office. We will continue to limit the schedule to support this professional form of social distancing. We are also offering virtual appointments for those who we can follow up with and consult with us online. So give us a call if you'd like to set one of those up. So we have a list of the CDC precautions and some of our own suggestions to prevent the spread of flu, COVID-19, and other viruses, and you can read it on our website. Go to jamesottendds.com for up-to-date information. We'll be frequently updating that. Now, you've likely heard most of those suggestions, but let me give you a different perspective. In addition to frequent hand washing and sanitizing with everything we touch, I think about the character Pigpen in the Peanuts cartoon. Remember, he has this cloud around him all the time. Well, we have that same aerosol cloud around us. So the most important thing is to control our personal space. Don't let your cloud affect another person. Don't be like Pigpen. Finally, let's not get paralyzed with fear. Control the things in your environment that you can control, Replace fear with clarity, apprehension with purpose, self-interest with caring for others. It's a time for selflessness and sacrifice for the greater good. It's going to be tough, but it's a time to return to those values that make our country, our community, and our society the beacon of hope for the rest of the world. I wish you all good health and better times ahead. You know, they're right around the corner. Thank you.